everyone, welcome back to another episode of All Things Women. And today we are going to talk about something we all have either faced or are going to, hopefully not, rejection. But to keep this more fun, which it is not, but let's kick this off with a little perspective, shall we? Do you remember that Friends scene where Ross is freaking out about soulmates? Like, what if there is just one woman for one man? And Joey, my favorite, wise, underrated Joey, just rolls his eyes and says, bro, there are so many flavors out there in his whole American accent.
What are you talking about? One woman. That's like saying there's only one flavor of ice cream for you. Let me tell you something, Ross. There's lots of flavors out there. There's Rocky Road and cookie dough and bing, cherry vanilla.
Well, ladies, let me tell you, he wasn't wrong at all. So why? Why do we let one or even a few rejections make us feel like trash? And trust me, I get it. I have been there. Rejection feels awful. It feels personal. It feels like you're not enough. But here is the thing. It's not about you. And today, I want to help you see rejection for what it really is. A blessing in disguise. Let's dive in. First, we talk about why is it that rejection feels like the end of the world. First things first, rejection feels personal, right? Well, let me tell you, it's not about you in any way, or it's not about me. I know it's hard to believe it, but it really isn't. And here is why we feel so crappy about it though. I feel like society taught us wrong. I mean, society somehow loves to teach women that their worth is tied to how desirable they are, or we have all been raised with that subtle or not so subtle pressure to be liked, loved, or chosen. So when rejection happens, it feels like a failure. Not just in love, but in life in general, isn't it? And even romanticizing rejection in media. Blame the movies, man. Bollywood, Hollywood, they have all sold us the idea that if we just try hard enough, we can maybe win someone back. Like, fuck that. Like, take The Notebook. Cute on screen, but imagine doing that in real life. Or in Bollywood, Tanu weds Manu, where persistence leads to love. Spoiler alert, chasing someone who rejects you does not lead to a happy ending. Maybe in movies. It leads to heartbreak and a serious waste of energy. And here is the kicker. It's not just about love, it's actually about our ego, isn't it? When someone rejects us, we don't just think, oh, he's not into me. Or like, we think, what's wrong with me? Let me tell you something. You could be the most gorgeous, talented woman alive and it can still happen. Let's take some examples. My favorite, Jennifer Aniston. Look at Angelina Jolie, dumped by the same guy, Brad Pitt. Even Shakira by Gerard Piqué. I mean, these are women the whole world is obsessed with, and guess what? They got cheated on, rejected, or dumped. Which is why I keep saying that rejection doesn't mean that we are not good enough. It truly means that specific person is not into you. And I'm not just here to preach. I'm gonna also tell you a few things that I have gotten through, embarrassing shit and humiliating shit that I have been through. So let me get real for a minute. I wasn't always this confident or self-assured person. I remember from the age of 17 and a half, I had zero self-worth. And because I didn't value myself, I spent 16 years in back-to-back toxic, violent relationships. These were men who flirted with other women in front of me, cheated on me, and even had the audacity to tell me that I wasn't good enough, or my boobs were not big enough, the other women have better boobs and cleavages, or she had a better body, or I was fat, whatnot. And you know what I did? I begged. I fell on their feet, literally, and begged them to stay in my life. Can you imagine that? I cried. I played the block-unblocking game. I even tried making them jealous by going out with other guys. But here's the truth. If someone doesn't want you, there is nothing you can do to change their mind. Trust me. I have tried it all with various people, and all it does is devalue you. But you know, the real wake-up call for me was when my dad passed away. That was a loss I couldn't bargain with. It made me realize the difference between a real loss and the silly games we play with rejection. My dad was gone forever, and there was nothing I could do about it. But these men, they didn't even deserve my tears. That is when at the age of around 30, I remember I decided that I will stop crying and begging over people who didn't value me. In fact, the last toxic relationship before my marriage that I was in ended when I finally found my courage. The guy was cheating on me and I was way above his league. I knew it. And one of the girls he cheated with confirmed it to me. And you know finally what I did? I told him to get the hell out of my house within 30 minutes or I would call the cops. And guess what? I never looked back. It was the most liberating moment of my life. And there are so many celebrities and reality shows out there who shares their personal life. And I feel let's take a minute to look at some badass women who have been through it and come out stronger, because I have taken inspiration from them. For example, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Who doesn't know about their love story? I mean, they broke up, got back together, and then broke up again. Have you seen J-Lo? Bro, she's thriving. Shakira and Gerard Piqué. Shakira, bro, one of the most hottest women in the world, was cheated on. Is she crying over him? Nope. She's out there slaying. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, divorced. She's still building her empire, a billionaire, and I don't know what she's going to be, a trillionaire maybe the way she's going. Most important one, Kris Jenner. Bruce Jenner, or now Caitlyn, her husband transitioned into a woman and she's out there living her best life. What's the common thread we see in all these women? These women didn't let rejection or betrayal define them, right? They kept moving forward. They didn't beg the guys to be in their life. I mean, that's the kind of energy we need to channel, is what I feel, including myself, which I did finally at the age of 30, by letting go of my third and last toxic relationship. And here are a few tips of how you should be handling rejection like a queen, like the Jenners or J-Lo or Shakira. But let's talk about solutions. How do you handle rejection without losing yourself in that whole bargain? Let's not try and chase, right? Don't chase. Please, if someone rejects you, please walk away. Don't beg, don't plead, don't try to prove yourself. Rather focus on you. Take all that energy you are wasting on them and pour it into yourself. Go to the gym. I did that at the age of 30. Take that solo trip. I did to Thailand. Start that hobby. I did, like content creation. Trust me, it's life-changing. Like, learn from it. And when you invest all that energy you're investing on these toxic men into yourself, like I remember all these guys telling me I was not good enough for this and that. And when I went to Thailand, half of the hostel wanted to bang me, bro. Like, and I'm like, wait, 1 second, wait. Like, am I that gorgeous? Like, and now I know that I am. I'm, in fact, one of the best looking women in the world. Like, I have gone to London. I mean, name Spain, London, France, wherever you're, Paris, you're US, you're Mexico, you're South Africa, you're Dubai, you're bloody Thailand, almost everywhere but Australia and New Zealand. And I just realized that it's not just few men, it's so many out there, and you really don't want to confine yourself to the comments and things that these weird men has to tell you. Move on. Try putting all that energy you were wasting on them and pour it into yourself. It is life-changing. My life changed from it, so learn from it rather than chasing it. And rejection teaches you what you don't want, right? Use it to refine your standards. Remember Joey's words, one again, there are so many flavors out there. So don't let 1 or 10 or hundreds or 1,000 rejections make you feel unlovable, because you are not. You just haven't met your match yet. Look at me now. I'm married to my husband 4.5 years. It's been 4.5 years. And I think the way I came into this relationship was with a lot of self-esteem and high value for myself, which is why today I know that if he messes up, I'm gonna walk away with a very heavy alimony, I'll tell you that. And I hope it doesn't happen that way, because I love him and I love my marriage and I want it to be eternal. But I'm just saying, I'm not gonna put up with this shit if he ever tries to put some my way. And listen, whether you like to hear this or not, rejection is inevitable. The world's not gonna be in love with you. And just accept it, face it, sooner the better. But how you handle rejection is truly what defines you or us. So stop begging for people who don't see your worth. I mean, value yourself, please, because when you do, the right people will too. And let's open this conversation, right? Share your stories in the comments. Enough of being each other's enemies. Let's share best practices and experiences. Tell me how you have handled rejection, and let's support one another. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more talks on all things women. Until next time, you guys, remember, you are the prize. So please start acting like it. And fuck those assholes. Bye.